Yeah, it is still going to be humid this weekend, but temperatures at least are sliding from their peak on about Wednesday. Wednesday was the hottest day of the week, but Tuesday through Thursday, we had those heat-related alerts in play. A heat advisory and extreme heat warning, those have now left the area. We no longer have those in effect. That's the plus side of the forecast this weekend, is that temperatures have eased off a bit. But the downside is that relative humidity has not, and likely will not ease up through the weekend and even into early next week. Afternoon high in downtown San Diego, going to be right around average, 77 degrees, whereas average is 76. Overnight lows have been warmer than average, which is why many of us maybe have not been sleeping quite as comfortably, or if you have been sleeping comfortably, it might be because you've had the AC on for quite a bit of the time. We know a lot of people have been cranking it up over the last couple of days. 74 degrees at the start time for San Diego Pride. That's tomorrow. Daytime high is going to be 77 degrees. So again, that 10 a.m. start time should bring us to close to the daytime high. I mean, we already start to warm up as early as about 7, 8 a.m. We tend to see a lot of 70s in play. So it will still be warm out there. It will still be sunny, but we won't see as much of the heat as we saw earlier this week. Relative humidity, look at that, 79%. Quite muggy as the afternoon comes about. Fallbrook is going for 84 degrees this afternoon. Still looking at a lot of mid-80s as we move inland. Our eastern valleys, Ramona, for example, still going for the low 90s, as is Campo, 90 degrees this afternoon. So getting warm by all means. Out by the water, mostly 70s, with Oceanside and Carlsbad expected to make it up to about 77 degrees. Borrego Springs is warming up to about 106. Quite hot out there. Along the coast, you can see how going into early next week, those temperatures start to take on a very minor warm up. We're not too concerned about this for now, especially out by the coast, where temperatures may sway from this afternoon through the middle of next week by about 3 degrees max. But inland, it's a bit of a different situation, and that's because our temperatures can make their way from about the mid-80s this afternoon back to the 90s. Typically, when we start to see those 90s back in play, as we do for Wednesday and Thursday of next week, it could warrant a heat advisory or extreme heat warning. The National Weather Service will issue those, and so they'll decide if it's fit for the heat that we have on the way going into the middle of next week. In the meantime, though, the weekend is looking pretty comfortable with mid-80s and upper 80s. Just be prepared for the daily humidity to rise in the afternoon, and still watching for that possibility for some of those stray showers to head toward our inland valleys or even the coastline. The thing is, the bulk of those showers, if they do happen, will originate over our mountains. Very similar to what we saw yesterday in Julian, for example, is that those showers came and went across our mountains and didn't bleed east or west. There's a chance that they do so over the course of the weekend and early next week, but right now, not something we're watching for intently. It does seem like as we get toward the middle of next week, we'll see that thunder and lightning symbol right back in the forecast. I would say that means that between now and the middle and end of next week, there's a pretty good chance that we will still pick up on that daily opportunity for humidity and that daily chance for some of those showers to pop up toward the mountains. The deserts are mainly going to be in the triple digits each afternoon. Overnight lows are generally sliding down to about the low 80s. 103 this afternoon, warming up through the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 107, 108, and that will stay pretty constant all the way through about the middle of next week. If you are going to be out there for San Diego Pride, again, make sure you're wearing the wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses. Light, loose-fitted clothing is always helpful as those temperatures warm up. And be checking on the kids, be checking on the pets, as they're all susceptible to those heat-related illnesses. Despite the fact that we've seen our heat-related alerts expire, it's still going to be summer after all and still pretty warm out there. As always, you can find an extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. You can stream us now for free anytime. So make sure to grab the app. That's also where you can watch our live stream of the parade tomorrow morning.